You're probably just playing someone else's game, and you probably got there through career advice that was never meant for you. Most of the time, it's just a simple mismatch between who you are and the environment in which you find yourself. Hey badasses, and welcome back to the Badass Careers YouTube channel. Today we are talking about the real reason that you hate your job, or maybe only just tolerate it, even if it's actually quite a good job on paper. You know that over at Badass Careers, we're all about helping you to craft a career that's ideal for you. But it can be easier said than done, right? Especially because no one taught us how to do this thing. So let me know if you can relate to this. Have you ever felt stuck in a career that you don't even like that much, just because you lack clarity about what you want to do next? Maybe you know what you don't like, but you don't actually know what you do want. Maybe you're even there right now, right? Somewhere on the spectrum from miserable to just going through the motions, tolerating what you have. Maybe you've got a job that actually looks great on paper and your friends and family, they're really proud of you. You've been a high achiever. On theory, it's all meant to be good, but for some reason you're feeling unaligned and unfulfilled, not really sure why, and asking yourself, why can't I just be grateful for what I do have? And I want you to know that if you've ever felt this way, if you've ever felt guilty about feeling this way, if you've ever felt lost or confused in your career, you are not alone. Sadly, the reality is only 29% of millennials are engaged in their work, which means that they have an attachment, they care about what they do for work and the company for whom they do it. This means that 71% of people feel stuck in roles that aren't aligned to their strengths and their values, and they feel like they're wasting their potential where they are. Further, studies show that 70% say that what they do does not align with who they are, and 50% would change jobs today if they could. Believe me, if you think it is crazy that there are millions of people out there who are not showing up fully for themselves, for their companies, for their families, for their communities, you are absolutely not alone, right? And that is why we are here to get you unstuck and on the path towards doing work you love. So why do most people hate or only just tolerate the jobs that they're in, especially when they're fancy, shiny, good corporate jobs? So through working with over 200 clients now from over 20 different countries, I have discovered one major reason why it's the case. And it's also a major root cause of why people stay stuck in analysis paralysis, and it's something that is consistently overlooked. So just before I dive into what that is and what we can do about it, I did want to invite you to my new free masterclass called Love Your Work. It's my secret formula for helping you to figure out what you truly want and build a career that you are next level obsessed with. I go into topics like career fulfillment and purpose and meaning and making a really strategic career pivot in this masterclass in way more detail, and I'd love to see you there. So if you're keen, you can click the link in my description down below. It is an absolute game changer for anyone looking to switch careers right now to level up their career and level up their life. So definitely check that out. Okay, so back to this main reason why most people hate or only just tolerate their roles. So this is not a question of hard work. You probably worked really hard to get where you are. You did everything right, you got the grades, you did the internships, you had the work experience. Like, it's absolutely no fault or lack of effort on anyone's part. The thing is, you probably got to where you are by playing someone else's game. And this is a concept that I'm going to elaborate using the metaphor of athletes, okay? So I've chosen two of the world's most incredible athletes, Serena Williams and Simone Biles. Okay, so Serena Williams, one of the best tennis players the world has ever seen. She's won 23 Grand Slam singles titles. She's absolutely top of her game. Simone Biles is an Olympic gymnast with over 30 Olympic level and world championship titles. These are both incredibly talented, successful, powerful women at the top of their game. And if you compare them side by side, they're both female, they're both hardworking, they're both talented, they're both really fit, and they're both elite at what they do. But imagine for a second if Serena pursued gym and if Simone pursued tennis. While they probably would have excelled in what they did because they are who they are, they may not have been the world's best. They may not have been the top elite performer at what they did. And that's because the sports that they're excelling at are the perfect fit for the way that their mind and body works and for who they are as individuals. So yes, the reason that they're incredible at what they do is hard work. I'm sure both women did a lot of different sports before landing on their chosen sport. Their chosen sport is that unique combination of their strengths, their experience, their values, their talent, what makes them tick. All of these come together to make it their sport. To illustrate my point a little bit differently over to the animal kingdom now, this famous Einstein quote comes to mind. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life thinking that it's stupid. How this relates back to careers is that we need to realize that we could take one specific environment and put a certain person in that environment and they will absolutely thrive and be at the top of their game and be very happy and engaged and fulfilled. And a different person in the exact same environment, and for them it's a question of only just surviving. You may be a wonderful, agile swimmer as a fish, but you may be constantly judging yourself and losing confidence in yourself if you're constantly asked to climb those trees. You might be a quick, fast-moving cheetah and want to go, 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 but you constantly have to show up as a cautious squirrel in your risk management role. How this comes to be, I've seen time and time again, is that we're not accurately supported in figuring out which environments are going to suit us best, and we're also chasing a very, very outdated model of success. The thing is that hardworking and very ambitious high achievers have learned how to play the game in a very linear system, getting the grade so you move up and up and up, very much driven by the idea of passing or failing in order to break through and get to college, essentially. Then we were promised by the generations before us that if we did the same thing, right, if we put our head down, we did the hard work and we just moved up and up and up and got a new title and got a new promotion and got a new pay rise, we would be happy. Oh, and by the way, there's a career food chain. So if you really want to be the best of the best, you better be a lawyer, an accountant, a doctor, an engineer. You get the point. This is what we've been told. This is kind of how we've been groomed, and we all believed it passionately. But the truth is, it's a lie. The career ladder, so the idea that you start out as an admin professional and then work your way up the ranks until you're a senior director, and that being the only definition of success and the only way to do a career, is so outdated. Did you know that it's predicted that 65% of today's kids will end up in jobs that haven't even been invented yet? And if you look on an average job board now, there are over 12,000 career options out there compared to the handfuls that our parents had to choose from. Now, I am not saying whatsoever that there is anything wrong with these more traditional and long-standing professions. They are perfect for the right people. But the problem comes when people are choosing them because they think that's what success would mean. And if they become successful, that's when they'll be happy. They choose them because they know deep down that they're a creative soul, but they want to be able to earn good money in life, right? So you have to do something more serious. So they go and do a business degree and they're like, what's the most creative profession in my business degree that I can choose? Marketing. Let's go and do marketing, and hopefully that works itself out. This kind of thinking, anchored in these old definitions of success and that career ladder type model, do not serve the majority of us. And we actually need to start thinking about today's modern career as a career jungle gym. A jungle gym where you can play in lots of different areas. You can go up the ladder, you can slide down the slide, you can go across the bridge, you can take the flying fox over there. Basically, it's that you can move in any direction. There's no such thing as backwards. Backwards doesn't exist as long as you're learning. And plus the fact is that people change and evolve. They outgrow things. So it's normal to outgrow a job or outgrow a career choice. People change. So should what they do for work. So from what I've seen, the people who are the best of what they do, they are at the elite levels of their career, they have career success, fulfillment, and happiness. They have designed their careers in alignment with who they are as people. They don't play career comparison. They focus on building up a strategic talent stack based on the awesome things that they're working on building up relationship capital, and they use this to jump between different projects and careers, stay really agile, stay really open-minded, and be guided by their values, by their strengths, and by their purpose. And because they're constantly evolving and adding new skills to their stack, they become competitive on the market and they get paid what they're worth. That's what meaningful work looks like. And I also want to tell you, if you're watching this, it's okay to want to love your work, okay? Society's status quo definition of success is shifting. Concepts like purpose, like meaning, like fulfillment, they used to be reserved for our private lives. Our parents' generation were okay with security and a paycheck. And well, firstly, we don't even have that security anymore in the modern day career, but you can have a paycheck and the meaning and the fulfillment. I see it time and time again with my clients. I know that most millennials and Gen Z do not want to settle for just a mediocre career that pays the bills. In fact, when you ask younger generations what success looks like to them, very rarely are they saying things like, oh, I want lots and lots of money so I can buy lots and lots of things and store it all in my garage, or, you know, I just want to put my head down and get through my days as quickly as possible until I'm 65, and then I'll finally be happy when I retire and I can go on a cruise. Very rarely are they saying things like that. Rather, I find it's either driven by purpose. So for example, I want to help young girls become engineers. I want to help kids, no matter what block they grew up on, to reach their full potential. I want to help migrants stop getting unlawfully deported. It's linked to a purpose. Or it's more values driven. I want more freedom. I want more flexibility. I would rather have more work-life balance and holidays rather than working 80 hours a week for some arbitrary cash bonus. Again, think about this. Most career advice is not going to work for you because it centers around someone else's experiences or definitions of success. Career fulfillment is deeply, deeply personal. Just like your coworker who's been in the same job for 10 years will tell you that you're jumping ship too soon and that you should stay in your role for 2 more years, otherwise it will look bad on your CV. That's coming from their value standpoint. Just like your parents love you and want you to be safe, and so they encourage you to stick to high earning potential professions that they've heard of. In summary, if you feel lost, if you feel stuck, if you feel confused, there's nothing wrong with you. You're probably just playing someone else's game, and you probably got there through career advice that was never meant for you. Most of the time, it's just a simple mismatch between who you are and the environment in which you find yourself. You played the game well. It's just someone else's game. Okay, badasses, I hope this episode has got you thinking. Now, if you're wanting to take action on what you've heard today, if you know that you want to design a career that you are next level obsessed with, don't forget to check out my free training, Love Your Work. It's 90 minutes of me coaching you, of me giving away some of my best strategies. You will not be disappointed. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll catch you here next week on the Badass Careers YouTube channel. Bye!